Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here. Welcome back to Union Cross. I'm going to be going over a new update that just came out for Coliseum, all the new quests, and also a little touch up on those two banners. Well, three banners if you count VIP, non-VIP, but the young youth in black, young youth in white, and that special supernova banner. I'm going to give you guys my little bit of advice on that. So let's jump in and let's start off with the quest. So first off, just like every other week, we've got the raid board and the raid event. It's straightforward. 90 AP, costs 5 AP during the bonus hours, more Lux. I should start Lux farming just for the shits and giggles, maybe get another 18 level there and probably get 5,000 jewels. But again, I just have no time to actually raid, so I just don't do it. But if you guys don't know already, every 50 levels after 300 gives you 5,000 jewels. So as a new player or just a player that needs jewels, try to get that 350, 400, 450, 500 for your 5,000 avatar board. Next up, we have time trial. This is very straightforward. Just run in, rush it. If you guys are having a problem with the time, then take away the ×3 speed for movement and battle, and that way you can manage the time a little bit better. But just keep clicking on the right side of the screen and you're going to make it to the end without an issue. The next one is Iron Giant, and again, this is not that hard. I think he ends up with level 2,500. I've done all these quests on my main account. 2,500, and I think you can just tank him anyways if you're having an issue. So very straightforward. With the medals we have now, with the amount of strength and all those trait rolls we'll be getting, this quest should be fairly easy for you guys. It's got some good rewards in it. The one that's really hard, we'll talk about it in just a second, monthly gem quests. If you guys have issue with this, tank this. You can tank every single one of them, especially the last mission. You don't have to complete in 1 turn, 2 turn, or 3 turn. Bring in a tanking medal. It makes it so much easier. But test your strength. So the only reason this has an expert on the top of this is because it makes you use Keyblades you probably didn't upgrade. I have most of my Keyblades at level 35 on my main account and my free-to-play account, but even I am struggling with this because my medals, they're powerful, but the sub-slots on these, or just the slots, are not that high. So if I were trying to take down, let's say, let's go for a Keyblade setup that I actually have decent on. So my Dark Knot looks like crap. For the Chill Reaper, 3 Wishes, not that great of a Keyblade, even if you do fully upgrade it to 35. Again, I don't have that. So let's go to the Friendlier and let's go to the level 5,000. So level 5,000 Heat Saber. This setup looks decent, but I can definitely clean it up and we're going to see if we can beat this. Alright, so I cleaned up the setup. I've got Buzz Lightyear here with -60 ground. He's got 19,000. Don't sleep on these medals, guys. Buzz Lightyear, Woody, Maleficent, Pete. They're very good medals if you got those -60 traits on them, and especially if you got more +1000s. Sephiroth's going to be a little weak over here. He does have a lot of strength on him, extra attack, all that good stuff, but my Aqua is sitting at 22,000 strength. She has extra attack as well, plus all that 3,000 there. So I feel like the power versus magic should go off a lot better. And my Terra, again, -60 ground, all those +1000s, making him very strong. He's got a total of 22,000 strength, but the multiplier slots on this Keyblade are not that good. I might just switch these up and put something else over here like my Master Xehanort, but we'll see in just a second. So what I am going to bring in is, I'll bring in the Aqua Medal. Aqua Medal sitting at 24,000, -60 ground. Yeah, 24,000. She's got a strength of 86 over here. And I think that's going to be my best bet for a magic one. Unless someone's sharing a KR20. KR20 will do way better as long as it has an extra attack on it. It doesn't. But you know what? We'll bring in a KR20. If anyone has a better KR20, I'll use that instead. But I don't see one. Yeah, KR20, guys, if you have that, that's going to be in your pet slot 100%. And as a friend medal, if someone has a really good one. But we'll try this one. See what happens. Between the Aqua or the KR20 works really well. Take away that auto battle. So I got one medal that does 260% and another medal that does 250%. And that's only for 2 turns. So I kind of want one for 3 turns. All he starts off with the ×7. So I'm just going to go in, don't need an overwrite medal. Does it feel like they took away the ×3 battle speed? It seems so much slower now. I don't know if it's just me or not, but it seems so much slower. I could be wrong. But we're going to go in. Got that 260% increase. I missed it on Buzz Lightyear there, but that's alright. We're going to see how much damage we actually do off this. Just because I missed one, it's not going to be a big deal. So that's turn 1. Activate Xion. Activate the friend, 250% guilt. And let's see what we get out of this. So here's the 3 buffs. Get my Keyblade all the way back up. Full buffs and debuffs. Buzz Lightyear doing 60 million per hit. Sephiroth 1.1 billion, 1.3 billion. 452. Aqua going in. This is turn 2, not even close. And here comes turn 3. So, as you guys saw, this is not going to be that easy to pull off. So I got my full buffs in there for reverse. I'm going to wait till I get all my upright buffs in there before I use a supernova for these guys. So there goes Terra, there goes Aqua, and I'll start activating all these. Let one more Aqua go off. We're at 400 and something thousand bars of HP. One more of this, and not enough. That took 3 rounds, and that is not enough. That's going to kill me, and I'm not going to complete it. So, very good medals on this Keyblade setup, but I can't pull it off, and especially in 3 turns. If I was able to do it in multi-turns, that would be okay. But for the good reward, the Sun Gem, it is 3 turns. Now, let me go to the Fairy Stars, where my Keyblade is proper slots. Everything 6.0, 5.7, and we'll just see how fast we tear through this. Bring in, sure. I'm not going to look at my friend medal, because I know the big difference here, guys, is your Keyblades. Make sure you guys are activating your Keyblades to 35 plus, like the Fairy Stars, the Stroke of Midnight, the Starlight. All those Keyblades are just incredible. I probably don't have to use most of these Supernovas. I'm going to use them over here, though, regardless. Activate one over here, activate one over here. We'll activate this one, and we'll save the other 2 for later on. So we are already past the 100,000, or sorry, his 1 million bars of HP. We're not at 747,000 bars. Looking pretty good, and not even a proper friend medal. So I'm going to take away Auto Battle, activate my Shion here, activate my Master Xehanort, and then go back in for a full attack. This should be 2 turns. That is the difference of these quests. The quest is not that your medals are bad. The quest is that your Keyblades multiplier slots are not 5 point something and higher. They're all 4.7 and lower, which makes this very, very difficult. Can I just pop this to make it 2 turns? No, there's not enough for 2 turns here. But if I did pick a proper friend medal that was magic like KR20, it would have been fine. So anyways, that is the difference right there, guys. That guy was left with like 90,000 bars HP, which is just 1 activation of any medal. And that was 2 turns. So this is only difficult because of that. I would just say, hold off, guys. You're totally fine. Yeah, Sun Gem and Moon Gem are really, really good. So if you guys can grab that Sun Gem and that Moon Gem, that's nice. But besides that, gems are only worth 175,000 jewels. And there's avatar boards every single week. So don't spend money or jewels just to beat these quests. They're not really worth it. Speaking of avatar boards, the gem boards are back. It seems like they might be doing this every month. There's 2 boards per each gem. The speed gem, the power gem, and the magic gem. So that's 7,000 boards, 7,000 jewels per color, and a total of 21,000 if you want 40 of each gem. So it does seem very pricey, but the thing is, Keyblades kind of last forever, where medals get replaced. So I would be upgrading your Keyblades to level 35 at least, and then past that point, once you got a Keyblade you really enjoy and you really like, and your medals are very powerful on it, start upgrading those slots, because now I can get this Keyblade to go from 3.10 to 3.2, and that makes a difference because that's going to be a 5.8. And like I just showed you with the quest, the stronger your slots, when I say sub slots, I mean this increases your sub slots for having 7-star medals and upgrading your Keyblade. This is what's going to make your medals hit harder. And this is why when you watch people or you ask for help, a lot of people are going to give you advice like, this is what I use. If you copy the medals, if your Keyblade number is not as big as theirs, you're not going to do a lot of damage. So you want to get that up to the 5.7. My main account has this at 6 point something. My pet slot's at 6.3 almost, or is. It's just work on the Keyblades, guys. Level 35 plus are really, really good. I would recommend for the main Keyblades though, like the Fairy Star, Stroke of Midnight, Starlight, get them to level 35. The Treasure Trove, Lady Luck, and 3 Wishes, you guys can ignore that. Honestly, even for PvP, if you have to use those are your trash throwaway Keyblades. Every other Keyblade I made to level 35. I don't really use Moogle Glory, so it wasn't a big deal. But even this you don't have to do. You don't have to make every Keyblade level 35. Make Starlight, Stroke of Midnight, and Fairy Stars 35, and then focus on one of them that match your medals. Do you have already a medal, Upright Magic with negative 60 ground and aerial, all good the traits? You have reverse power with the same thing, upright speed with the same thing, then you're golden. If you have a reverse magic on top of it, then this is your Keyblade. Make it up to 36, 37, all the way to 40. I'm aiming to 40 on my main account, so I'm going to start buying those avatar boards. It's very, very important, guys. Keyblade slots matter as much as the medal's strength. Anything with 23,000 and above is going to do the maximum damage. So that's the avatar board and the quest. The last thing I want to talk about, not the last thing, actually I want to talk about the Coliseum and the banners, but I'm going to go into Coliseum. So I did play the Coliseum. It's revamped. I am round Tier 10, round 95, I can go to 97, but the enemies are ridiculously hard here. I can two-turn them, and if I two-turn them, I can make it into the next tier. But what they did for Coliseum, if you guys remember last month, it was tier 19 being the highest tier that people made it to. Now it's tier 10, and top 10 is in tier 11 the first couple of rounds. So what happened is that they made it shorter. This only took me half an hour to do. I went straight forward through everything. The avatar boards out of this are also changed. There is not enough coins until you beat tier 10, or at least tier 9. If you beat tier 9, there should be enough to complete this board right here. Just from tier 9, tier 9 going to tier 10. If you beat like tier 10 round 1, you should be able to unlock this board right here. So what they did with the boards is the tiara or the avatar board has your Fantasia Mickey B's in it. It has your moon gem in it. So all the rewards are still here that were in the actual tier rewards. So you know when you made it to tier 1, tier 2, tier 12, tier 14, you got tier rewards. There's no more tier rewards. These are just the coins. And if you beat tier 10, you get May 2019 Victor, which it's not going to be too difficult to pull that off, especially if you guys have Key 20. But that's one of the changes they did. Avatar boards now have all HDL, Chip and Dales, and then this last one, ignore this one. This is only for those basic skills. You need one of each on some basic medals just to complete story modes, some of the Mickey heads. That's about it. That's all this avatar board is here for. Now I can finally start ignoring this and filling up my inventory with the use of skills. If you have all these skills stacking up in your inventory, just sell them. Just sell them. They haven't added an evolve button in 3 years. They're not going to add an evolve button. If they do, it's okay. We'll slowly rebuild from there. There is a couple SIDs in each one. Like the SID is sitting right here. So the SIDs are still in Coliseum. I thought they were gone, and then I went through the avatar boards like, oh, look, there's SIDs. But for a little bit of a tip, if you guys do want to make it into tier 10, all the way at the end, I made it here. I didn't beat any of these rounds. Round 1 to 97, I did not do. What I did on tier 9, I went back all the way back. When I beat the last tier 9 I did, it unlocked 99 rounds. And I went to tier 9 right here, and I beat tier 9 round 198, which unlocked all of this to me to the end. So if you guys can beat 200, 199, 198, 197 on tier 9, do that. So it unlocks 99 rounds of tier 10. And that, I can actually sit here two-turn the yellow copter fleet, two-turn. I'll show you guys what's there. So round 87, if it ends in a 7, it's the same thing every 10 rounds. So yellow copter fleet. After yellow copter fleet is the Luna Bandit. I can two-turn that. After that is a Metal Giant. I can two-turn that. And then we have the Flutter Wings, which I think I have to three-turn or two-turn. And then for tier 11, round 1 is a Fortune Teller. So this works out. I can just sit there if I want to beat tier 10 and hopefully stay there. Seems like it's going to be a hard thing. Not a hard thing. It's going to be a hard enemies to get through, which kind of says that by the end of this month, we're going to have medals that start off with 25,000 like Key 20, or maybe even better. That strength, that general strength with the chips is 25,000 for Key 20. Imagine if they come with medals that have 28,000 with chips. That, with the proper traits, will get you into tier 11 without an issue. But this makes Coliseum a lot simpler. The only thing they did, so you can't just two-turn, because I can pretty much beat all these in 2 or 3 turns with the setup I have. The thing is, they added this one right here, the Neo Shadow, and in the Neo Shadow has the Reflector enemy. So the Reflector enemy, if you use a power medal, it does damage back to you. But my medal only did 1 damage, so that's no problem, right? But most of my powerful medals are power medals. My Master Xehanort, my extra attack 120%, Final Fantasy Record Keeper Sephiroth. So if I go like this, boo! Guess what? He's gonna hit me back if it actually did damage, but it doesn't. It does once. But either way, I can't really hurt him because I don't have a full Keyblade set up. There you go. My Final Fantasy Record Keeper Sephiroth just killed me. This is no longer 1 turn, and I can't really pull it off because my damage is being reflected right back at me, and it's gonna kill me instantly. So I miss an attack off Sephiroth. So it might be possible, but I think once you hit the round of the big bosses, you can't 1-turn, like the Iron Maiden. You've got the Dewblade, or there's an enemy with the guard armor, the big guard armor. But that's my advice to you guys. Go back to tier 19, beat the last round, get all this unlocked, and then just two-turn all this if you want that actual title. But don't do that till the last day of the month, because you might get powerful medals that'll let you start being tier 11, so you can grab that reward of attack boost 10. But it's not a max, and it doesn't come with the max beside it, the attack boost 9, attack boost 10. There is no max in here. You're just beating this for dual Meow Wows, and that's it, which is really important. Dual Meow Wows are very important, so Coliseum is good for that. So if you guys want to try to make the tier 11, get tier 10, get their title, that's my best advice to you. Now, quickly, in the avatar, not avatar board, sorry, don't forget to do your million jewel sweepstakes. This is ending in 5 days, so you have one more chance. I missed a day, so I screwed up. But for the polls, I talked about this in the last video. These medals are really good. If you bought VIP, you're getting 2 Mercy Pulls every 21,000 jewels, give or take. And for non-VIP players, it is 21,000 jewels again for a Mercy Pull. But paying 21,000 as a new player to get a Kyrie, it's not the greatest, but you do need a buffer, so that works out. And if you don't get Kyrie, you have the top 3 strongest medals in the game. I wouldn't say top 3. Like KR20 is definitely the strongest medal in the game. Aqua has 23,000 base strength with chips. So does the boy in black and the boy in white. They have 23,000 with chips for base strength, which is very important. So this banner is really, really good. You've got a tanking medal. You've got medals that kind of replace Kyrie and Xion or can work without her. So it's a really good banner to go for. And on top of it, it only costs you 5 VIP coins for these 2 traits. So every pull, that is 2 traits. Every single pull is 2 traits, and you are getting Kingdom Hearts 3 medals out of it, which is really good. And you get 4 Kingdom Hearts 3 medals out of that, which is really good. Again, your sub slots, guys. You want to increase those sub slots if they come out 7 stars. Now, if you want the full breakdown of where these guys are in good, my last video has that. You'll see at the end of this video. There's one of those thumbnails you can click on. But for this one, I would just skip out on this. Unless you guys have only pure traits for like half of these Supernova medals, or you're feeling really lucky because you're holding on to, like, let's say 10 or 15 Sephiroth traits or KR20 traits or Lee traits or any of the Supernova medals. You're holding on to a bunch of traits. You could take the chance and pull for this, but this is 3,000 jewels compared to a falling price deal where after the 5th pull, everything costs 1,900 to pull. That is almost 2 extra pulls. Almost a whole extra pull if you pull from this banner instead, because 2 pulls at 1,900 is 3,800 jewels, where you're only getting 1 pull here. You are guaranteed a Supernova medal, but I'd rather just go for this falling price deal and keep pulling, where this, you might get something you already have, something you don't have traits for, and then it's completely useless and just sits in your inventory. You do need the traits, and you do need those new medals with the higher strength, like I just showed you in Coliseum, and that latest quest for the gems. So I would skip on this. I would skip on this unless you're really, really like well off with all the traits in your inventory. There's just no point because you're not getting traits with it. So unless they start bringing these avatar boards like they keep doing, where we saw last week, they had all these avatar boards for all those medals. If they bring those back for all the Supernova medals, like just once in a while, then eventually as you pull, you can use VIP coins to trade those Supernova medals you had, but you kind of want a reward for your jewels right away. You don't want it just sitting in your inventory. I have no clue what happened to my screen there, but I fixed it at the end of the video. Yay. Last couple things, guys. We do have the blue Wolfstar pet avatar parts, which looks pretty cool, and the balloons with Baymax there, so I'm really looking forward to trying to get that ridiculous amount of Lux, because I don't Lux farm. It's not that much Lux, but if you don't Lux farm, then you just don't really get these. I missed out on a couple of them already, so it kind of sucks, but I kind of like this one, so I'm going to go for it. And of course, you do have the monthly gem quest I was talking about and the avatar part for the Coliseum. But the last thing I want to talk about is that we're getting new special missions for this month only, an extra 1,000 jewels per week. So it says celebrate the month May with the special party mission. A new challenge in the form of 5 will appear every week. So work together with your party and complete the challenges. Earn 1,000 jewels a week by completing the special party missions. So this one looks kind of ridiculous. You got to get 5,555,555,555 Lux with your party. Actually, it's not that ridiculous. You can pull this off with no problem. If people actually rated I'm gonna try this week, guys. I'm gonna try to do everything so we can make sure we get those 1,000 jewels. I'll start tonight and everything. Well, probably not tonight, but I'll start sometime, guys. I'll start killing those Lux bosses now that my dual wield Roxas has like almost perfect raid traits on it. I'll put a Lux plus on it with my lightning and we'll go at it. But extra 5,000 jewels this month, guys. Keep an eye out every week to see what the challenge is. This challenge is not that bad, but if you're not part of a good party, you're missing out on 1,000 jewels. So start making a good party or find a good party, guys. Well, that's pretty much everything, guys. If you want to add anything down below, if I missed anything, let me know down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are doing. Are you pulling for those new medals? Are you pulling for the Supernova banner? How do you like the Coliseum update? I kind of like it. It was a lot quicker. I went through it. Yes, the enemies are harder, but when you think about it, that would have took us like all that time to tier 18. I actually have a video where I went to Sephiroth alone with 120% extra attack, just to see how far I can make it to Coliseum, and it took forever to get through all those rounds. This was actually refreshing to know that I don't have to spend an entire day just trying to get through all those tiers. Let me know what you guys think. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.